This is the URT. You are the URT. Smash a like for the URT. Subscribe to the URT. Big up the people, man. Big up the people. Big up Jarvis. Big up King Saul. Big up Big Graham. Big up to people, man. Welcome back to the channel. It's a URT. Listen, we are, let me just have a look. Literally, those of you, please subscribe. Those are new, need to subscribe to the channel. We are 1 subscriber away from being 14.9K, and we're 100 short of 15K. Channel is obviously shadow banned because, big up to you, man, because we refuse to be silent about what's going on around the world, people. We refuse to be silent. Yeah, big up, man. Ineos and Glazers out, win, lose, or draw, people. We know what that is. But got a bit of a jam-packed show for you tonight, people. We're going to be talking about, yeah, big up Fury, big up to all the regulars, man. Big up, please subscribe to the channel, people. We're going to be talking about Rashford. Is Rashford coming back? Are Barcelona taking the biscuit? We're going to be talking about that. We're also going to be looking at and talking about Tchouameni, because all of these, all the cronies, all the vulture journalists who cover Manchester United are all reporting the same. So who's pushing this Tchouameni story? We're going to get behind that. We're going to try to look what's behind that. We are going to also talk about some interesting quotes from the Paul Pogba interview with Rio Ferdinand. Some interesting quotes. Because I was going to games when Paul Pogba was a youth team player, and when he was trying to break into the team. So we'll check that out and more. But obviously, the title race. Let me have a look. Yeah, City are there. Leeds have just equalised 2-2. 90+ minute. Entertaining game. I watched that game. And yeah, City are top. If you look at the top of the table. And that game for Arsenal is an absolutely must win. Must win. And the goal difference is exactly the same. It's 37 to the good. Both of them have got 37. Obviously, City, Arsenal have only conceded 26. City have conceded 29. But the goal difference is exactly the same. So this is one hell of a last 4 games. Crazy, people. One hell of a last 4 games. It's crazy. I can't stress this to you enough, people. I cannot stress the last 5 games, sorry. They are going to be incredible. Let's see Arsenal. Let me just show you. So let's have a look at where is it going? Where this is going, man. This title race is going down to the fight. It was through. You know what I mean? It was already through. So we can see here, Arsenal, if you go to Arsenal fixtures, let's go to the fixtures, people. So you can see, obviously, they got beat City by 2-1. They're playing playing Newcastle on Saturday. Then they've got Fulham, but in between that, they've got Atletico Madrid, the first leg of that Champions League. And then after Fulham, they're back with, and then they've got West Ham away. And then they've got Burnley at home, and then Crystal Palace away. So it's going to be very interesting in the title running. And if we look at Man City's, let's have a look at Man City's. Man City's obviously the beat Burnley tonight. They've got Southampton in the FA Cup. Then they go away to Everton. Not an easy game, that. Then they got Brentford at home. Then they've got Bournemouth away. Again, not an easy game. Then they've got Aston Villa to finish with at home. So that is what it's looking like. When we have a look at our fixtures, obviously we're not in a title race by any means, but you can see we got Brentford on Monday. Thank God, no more Mondays. Then we got Liverpool 3:30 on that Sunday. And then we've got Sunderland away at 3 o'clock. Wow, we've got a 3 o'clock kickoff for once. And then Nottingham Forest at 3 o'clock. Wow, at home. Then Brighton to finish off Brighton away. So that's how we're rolling. That is how we're rolling, people. But people, please smash the like, subscribe to the channel. Yeah, big up to everybody. The title race, like I said, is going to the wire. And the goal difference, in terms of the goal difference that they do have, is on 30, 37 for both teams. That is maddening to me. Honestly, I can't stress this. Look at this. Look here. City play 33, 121, drawn 7. Look at this record. It's crazy how the record is so similar. Look at this. 33. They both play 33. They both won 21. They both drawn 7. They both lost 5. City have scored 3 more goals, but Arsenal have conceded 3 less. And they both end up, look, with 37. It's crazy. Squeaky bum time. Squeaky bum time. Boy, oh boy. Well, we've lost 7. We've drawn 10. We've lost 58, and we've conceded 45. We can still concede another 5 goals, right, in the remaining fixtures. And I warned about this in terms of our defense. I said it on the Amarim that we were looking to concede around 50 goals this season, which is really high. Which is really, really high. Look, everybody else, only Bournemouth have conceded more goals. Liverpool have conceded. And look, Villa 41. Yeah, crazy for that top 4. But yeah, big up, people. Welcome. Welcome, FC. Here we go. Here we go. I just want to get to you, people. We are 101 shorts of subscribers from being celebrating a 15K for a channel that's shadow banned, because we do not give up on the people that are being under the cosh, that are getting genocided. We refuse to be silent while many YouTubers are silent. We refuse. We refuse to be silent. We refuse to recognize the humanity of those people, because I was one of those people once, from a far away point, getting bombed. So I know the feeling, people. And that's why I refuse to be silent. And YouTube and Google are punishing me because they don't want me to talk about the Zios. They don't want me to talk about the industrial military, talk about colonization and imperialism. They don't want to talk about those things and calling things for what they are. So suppression. But I'm now on 14.899. So I'm 101 subscribers short. So please subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Smash the likes. Yeah, we're going to get into it. Big up Rants for the raid. Big up Saeed for the raid. Appreciate you both. Love to everybody. Big up to everybody. Love, 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 love. Come on. Last be having you, people. Last be having you. So Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford. That's the big title of the show tonight. Marcus Rashford. Barcelona try to do a madness. Barcelona are absolutely playing us. And at the same time, they're also playing themselves. And they're playing Marcus Rashford. They're playing with Marcus Rashford's emotions, if you ask me. Honestly, I'm not with this. I am absolutely not. So the base say that, basically, to say that Rashford's future is uncertain at Barcelona. And you'd be shocked. I want to ask you guys, without looking it up, I need you to tell me his goal involvement. And then we're going to ask the question, would you want, let's do the poll. Do you want Rashford back? Because Barcelona are dilly-dally FC and they're taking that absolute biscuit. So, yeah, it's crazy what's happening. Nuruddin, talk some sense into your boys, Saeed and Rant. They're drinking the Ineos back in Carrick or in football. Listen, bro, everybody's entitled to their opinions, man. I respect those brothers. And they're all, I see it differently, but they're all like entitled to their opinions. And the thing about football, the beauty of it, is that our opinions vary. Our opinions are so varied. And that's the beauty of football. I remember being a kid after sneaking to Manchester United, coming back to my side in the block, and then people talking about United and me arguing with these big man, you know what I mean? Big man outside of the pub about United. So everybody sees it differently, and that's the beauty, and that's why we love football. They think what they're saying to me is that they want stability, because it's a World Cup year. They don't want to have this preseason. It's hard enough as it is. They're saying that we need to focus on getting a couple of maybe 5 to 6 players and then try to stabilize the club and carry on. But you know me, I'm never getting, for me, nobody's telling me, and nobody is telling me about ain't nobody telling me about Steve Holland being some coaching genius, mate. That makes me laugh so much. I watch England, anytime they keep up against any decent side, they shit the bed. Pick up Jamie Wayne. Pick up to all you lot. Love to everybody, man. Evening, everyone. Please smash the like, subscribe to the channel, please. Let's get to 200 likes ASAP. Well, I've got 600 of you. If 200 of you like the video, and if it's 101 of you subscribe to the channel, tonight will be history making. We would have beat the algorithm. We would have beat the shadow banning of us trying to be silenced by you know who, the Zios, and you know who are in Google in bed with, YouTube, who are they in bed with, what's going on. They're deleting channels that are critical of what's going on in Iran, in Lebanon, in Palestine, in Congo, in Sudan. And you know how big tech, the tech oligarchy works. So the least you could do is please subscribe to the channel. I'm just going to do this poll quickly. I want to genuinely know who wants Rashford back. Do you want Rashford back? Do you want Rashford back at United? Smash the likes, please. Smash the likes and subscribe. Yay or nay? Let's see. Let me get a little temperature. Every time we're live, by the way, we do polls. Every time we are live, we do a poll session. Because to me, I always want to interact with you guys, genuinely. Big up man like Nick Nash. Nick Nash is gone on, said, nah, no, thank you. Barcelona are broke. Let him go to Serie A. I think he would do good in Serie A because his speed, I think he would do good for any of the big teams, whether it's Juve, Milan, Napoli. I think Rashford will do good. I think in Serie A, he'll score goals in Serie A. I think he'd be phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, I'm doing a poll. Poll's already done, man. Poll is already done. Saeed Carrick gets sacked in October. Makes sense. Saeed, yeah. But what he wants is Saeed. I think Saeed, from where I can see where Saeed and Rants are coming from, is that they're saying it's a World Cup year. They need to focus on transfer and a pre-season, Champions League next season. So they just want stability. So they don't care if United go and get a manager in the year later. But yeah. Watch Areola end up at Chelsea. Obviously, we're going to talk about that as well. I think those Chelsea players are a disgrace. I think they threw him under the bus. Yes, did he come out with some mad things, Rosinia, but did they throw him under the bus? Yes, they did. And one of the leaders of that dressing room, the vice captain, is Enzo Fernandez. And soon as the club disciplined Enzo Fernandez for what he said, even though the other Spanish guy, the left back, said the same, I knew it was a wrap for Rosinia. It was a wrap. It was an absolute wrap. They literally, last night, they threw him under the bus. There's no ways about it. But we'll come to that. But let me just get the poll. Let me just give you the details, more of the details about, wow, 37% of you have said yes. 63% of you have said no. That's really interesting because I thought that at least maybe 70% of you or 80% of you would have said no. But it's interesting. Wow, it's improving now. 40% of you are saying yes, while 61% of you or 60% of you are saying no. That's really close because I thought it was going to be 80, 85 saying no. I don't think he was going to come back, by the way. I genuinely don't think Rashford wants to come back to Manchester United. But let's get into it. So basically, his future is in doubt. And basically what Barcelona are now saying, they're trying to extend. They put a proposal apparently to United to try to extend Rashford's loan for a second season. The deal was this season that they were going to give Manchester United £26 million, which is roughly around 30 million euros, buy option. Yeah, but Barca interest, they're saying that Barca want the permanent signing, have had the permanent signing cooled due to the high wages and a recent dip in form. I mean, let me just tell you off the bat, I made a note here. 1 second, let me just... Rashford's goal involvement is, right? Rashford this season's goal involvement for Barcelona is 12 goals in all competition and 13 assists. I repeat, Rashford's goal involvement, that's how it is 12 goals and 13 assists. I think for his first season at Barcelona, in 43 appearances, which I think at least 10 or 15 of those is being substitution. I think he started maybe 25 games this season or 20 games, Rashford. But 43 appearances where half of them almost, close to half of them have been off the subs bench. That's remarkable. That is absolutely remarkable what he's done, Rashford. Just because they got knocked out of the Champions League, they started to scapegoat him. I see all these Barcelona YouTube channels and Barcelona big social accounts going after Rashford. Yes, he missed a chance against Atletico Madrid in Barcelona. He should have scored. But when he came on in the second leg, by that time, Barcelona, Atletico Madrid changed the tactics and actually pressed them up the pitch so that they couldn't play out. And they were, by that time, they also 5 minutes later or 10 minutes later when Rashford came on, they were down to 10 men again. And both games, they were down to 10 men. So blaming Rashford is just, yeah, it's ridiculous. I genuinely think it's absolutely ridiculous what they try to do. It's absolutely ridiculous. Let me just check if one of you have subscribed and we got over the line. Way! Fantastic. We are 14.912. So we are 92? No, 8. Wow. We are 88 subscribers away from that magical 15K. 88 subscribers from the magical 15K. So please, the least you could do is subscribe to the channel. How many subs away are? Listen, we are 88 away from 15K. Big up to King Sol. I really don't get the Liam Rosini appointment at Chelsea manager. He never played for Chelsea. Yeah, but this is Blue Coat. And last night I tried to explain, and I'll come back to it in a minute, but let me just finish with the Rashford story. So yeah, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Apparently Radcliffe doesn't want him back, reluctant to reintegrate Rashford into Manchester United and prefer for him to get permanent sale for 26 million. And the other clubs that I might be interested are Newcastle, apparently. Newcastle are linked with him, with Rashford. I don't think Rashford would want to come back. He's used to live in Barcelona. I think Rashford is going to try to ask Manchester United for another loan for next season. So that's what he's going to try to ask for. That's what he's going to try to ask for. I genuinely do believe that. Rashford is going to say, he's going to try to plead with Manchester United and say, I don't want to come back. I want to play for Barcelona. Can you loan me? And also, he might have to put his wage down. So Rashford might have to put his wage down. And this is the price you pay if you want to play for Barcelona. This is what Barcelona can do, man. No. It's 13 goals in all competition. 13 goals and 13 assists. So 12 goals and 13 assists that he's had all season. So, yeah, big up. Rashford not doing well whilst Rafinha is injured, men say isn't reliable. They're not going to pay up. Rashi's better start looking for a new club. Yeah, with his agent. I think definitely they'll be. I think Italy. Rashford could say, I played at Barcelona. I played in Spain for a season, and I've also played. I've played in Serie A. But somebody was telling me the other day that some Atletico fans were happily to take Rashford as well. Atletico Madrid. And then put Lookman on the other side. They're saying put Lookman on that side and Rashford through on the left-hand side. So he'll have some options. Nobody's jumping on. I've sent the links, but nobody's jumping on. Bit of a nonchalant that ain't gonna run at Barca, yeah. But he's not being nonchalant. I think that's amazing. If you said to me now, right, we signed Cunha and we signed Cunha and we signed Mbeumo, and if you said to me, Mbeumo and Cunha, in all competition, they scored 12 goals and 13 assists. I think that would be incredible. That would be an absolutely incredible for first season. While you bet into the culture, bet into the way of playing. And Rashford has had to learn to play closely 1-2s other than just running. So he's had to learn that. He's had to learn that. So for me, personally, I don't think he should come back. I think you should never go back once you've gone. I wish him all the best. But yeah, oh wow, it's getting even a bit closer. So 42% of you would want Rashford back. 58% of you would not want him back. So the poll is still going, so please get voting. And please, let's get to 200 likes ASAP. Let's at least get to 100 likes ASAP, people. Please, let's like the video so the algorithm can see it. Let's get to 200 likes. That's the target. And there's over 500 of you in here, but please, beg you, like and subscribe to the channel. Let me just have a look at a subscription where we are. We are, wow, it's going down now. So we're 914.916. That's what we're on at the moment. 16. Wow. So 84 subscribers away. 84 subscribers away from the 15K that we desire, people. All of you deserve it. All the people in all the community deserve it. It's not just for us, so please do that. But Nura, Barca fans, like the way players more than numbers. You have to remember the types of fans they have, the ethos of the club. No, I understand that, but I think he's done remarkably well. It's not just the numbers. I think he's done well. They're blaming. I didn't like them scapegoating Rashford, right? I really didn't like them scapegoating Rashford for the Champions League loss. They had two centre halves basically sent off for the similar incident. He missed a big chance in the home game. Right, we cut inside, and he should have put it in the bottom corner. And they blamed him, saying that it's all Rashford, so why they were knocked out. Rafinha has been phenomenal for Barcelona. He has been incredible, Rafinha. I think if Rafinha is playing against Atletico in both legs, Barca go through 100 million%. I would bet a lot of money on that Rafinha, because Rafinha is a match winner. He's become, since he went to Barcelona, his levels have just gone through the roof. Leeds, he was good, but not the way he's playing now. And I think for the World Cup, he's one of Brazil's big players. He has to start. He's going to be one of the first names on the team sheet for Brazil in the World Cup. Honestly. And you know where I would play him? I would play him as a number 10. I would play him as a number 10. I would play Rodrigo on the right. Play, obviously, what's his name from Real Madrid? Oh God, I'm so tired. I can't believe. Can't forget his name. Vinny Jr. on the left. Play Thiago from Brentford. That's a striker. Play Rafinha in behind him and play. Yeah, that's what I would play. That's what I would play. That's what I would do for Brazil. I wouldn't play him out wide. I would give him the free roll as a number 10. Nuruddin, I was wondering why I haven't been on. Nuruddin, if you're wondering why I've been on X for months, because I left it permanently. Yeah, Jamie, I've not seen any of your things. What's going on there? What's happened, man? What's happened, Jamie? Why did you leave? I think Rafinha is better than Cunha. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think Rafinha is better than Cunha. Rafinha is the best. It's the best Brazilian this season. Out of all the Brazilians I watched, Rafinha has been the best player, most consistent player. Rafinha has been the form guy, even more than Vinny. Vinny's form has been a bit up and down. Rafinha has been the most consistent. Rafinha has been the most consistent. Jamie, when Real Madrid fans have standards, that's why they're lacking in the Prem. Too many bootlickers. Oh, okay. Don't forget Hendrick. Listen, he's too young. I think he'll make it to the squad, but there are bigger players ahead of them. Big up to Haitian King, man. Haitian King. Big up to all my Haitians worldwide, man. The first ever free republic in the world. Big up Nuruddin. Ass. 1 second. Ole. Listen, you know what, Haitian King? I want them to win the league, you know. I'm sick of living in the same city as the City fans who are just on a high at the moment. They were dead most of the season. They won that shitty League Cup, man. You know I don't rate the League Cup. And they might win the FA Cup, but if they win the league, man, I'll be absolutely deviled. I really want Arsenal to win the league because I actually thought that they played well, even though they lost against City. I thought it's the best I've seen Arsenal play in about 4 or 5 months. You know me, I'm a football purist, and I like watching entertainment. That's why tonight I watched Bournemouth versus Leeds, and they had a goal disallowed on that little bit of a shoulder. It would have been 3-1 to Bournemouth because they just entertain me, Bournemouth. I'm never bored watching a Bournemouth game because the game's so open and they go forward flying. Obviously, they've drawn tonight. They've drawn 2-2 with Leeds. You know, Leeds are continuing their good form, and they've drawn with them 2-2. So, and City won. Obviously, City won the other game. But yeah, big up, people. I appreciate you. Never second ole. Never second ole. Yeah, big up, man. I appreciate you. Appreciate all the love. Yeah, Rafinha is better than Cunha on the wing, though, yeah. Nah, he's for Barcelona everywhere on the pitch. I don't think you watched him. I genuinely don't think. I've been watching some La Liga games. He's been absolutely phenomenal for them. Phenomenal. Over 400 views in here. Smash the like button. Share, subscribe. Yeah, big up to Fury. Big up to King Sol. People, please like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Let me just have a look at the poll again. Big up to the people. Big up to the people, then. Let me have a look at the poll again. Yeah, it's still 48-42. It's still 48-42. And we're still not on 100 likes yet. We're still not on 100 likes. We've been live for nearly half an hour, so the least you could do is like the video. Somebody says here, Nuruddin, our fans are the dumbest debate argument over dumb shit social media. Don't want to be part of that shit. Fan base is fragmented. Now, 100%. And who benefits from that, Jamie? Divide and rule. But you shouldn't really permanently go off. I think you maybe take a break. But you sure you want to totally go off? Because your voice is important, Jamie. Neymar not in the World Cup squad. Yeah, well, he's had injuries and he's not been playing well. What's the last time Neymar played? Are we taking Neymar on sentiment or on form? I won't take Neymar, even though he's been an amazing player for Brazil. He's the record breaker, isn't it, for Brazil, without ever winning a major trophy. Has he? He's not even won a Copa America, Neymar, has he? Somebody correct me. I wanted Arsenal to win the league, but the ego of some of their fans is thinking they won the league and already in January changed my mind. Yo, listen, you are a Star-Lord, you are a Barcelona fan. What do you think, Barcelona? Do you really want to get rid of Rashford? Rafinha plays like he's still looking for his big contract. Big player for Barcelona and Brazil. His hunger is unreal. You're 100%. 100%. But Rashford is not Rafinha. And people need to relax. I'm not a fan of our signings. I don't think they're world class. I would need to replace them in a year or two. Yeah, understand that. Rashford will disrupt our squad entitled, not motivated as United. Rashford, no, please. Smash the likes, people. Smash the likes. Shadow ban, people. We're shadow banned, so the least you could do is smash the likes. Rafinha just had a great work rate. I'm still not convinced with him. Technically, he's good, but not better than Cunha. Why, Thunder? What are you watching? You? Are you kidding me? Oh my God, are you kidding me? Rafinha, you won't not convinced by him technically. Have you seen some of the goals he scored this season, last season? Since he's been at Barcelona, he's been sensational. So much so they made him captain. What are we doing here, Thunder? Thunder, genuinely, do you watch the Liga? Do you watch the Liga? Wow. That is the howler. I'm going to start that. That is an absolute howler, especially if you watch the Liga. What you're talking about, Rafinha playing the time, I don't think he can do better than Cunha. Nah. Oh, okay. Is that what he's doing? Nah. Well, that's a mad one. We're watching a different. Now I understand that people obviously it's player preference. A lot of people prefer different players, so it's a player preference thing. I understand that. I understand what it is. Nuruddin, Sesko must be our number one starting striker week in and week out. Elaborate. At this moment in time, he's still young, he's still learning, he's still developing. I don't think the team is set up to get the best out of Sesko because we cross the ball when he's not on the pitch and we don't cross the ball when he's on the pitch. And the tactics we used the other night, there was no way we were playing counter-attack and there was no way we were going to try to get the better of Sesko. We will have to go up the pitch more and attack more and hem Chelsea back for us to create chances for him in the box. But it's not happening. No, I said it from day dot. I said no point bringing Sesko if we don't get an experienced striker. So Sesko can play and get into the feeling and groove without the huge pressure that he's at Manchester United. To be 22 years old, 23 years, to be the main striker for Manchester United, that's a lot of effing pressure, man. That is a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure. So, no. I don't believe that. I never wanted that. I wanted Sesko and somebody else. And the club shows we didn't learn anything from what happened with Rasmus. Jordan, would you get Mateta? He's free apparently. Yeah, I would, yeah. But then I think we'll have to get fullbacks that can cross the ball to him. If we're signing Mateta, then I'll have to go and get Juve from West Ham to whip him balls in, or the left back for Bournemouth. He whips balls into the box, man. That's what we need. Rafinha is really good. Would have taken him at United happy. 100 million. I remember when we were lit with him. But if he came to choose between us and Barcelona, he was always going to choose Barcelona. Listen, all Brazilians, because of the history of Barcelona and Brazilian footballers, they always choose because they've got lovely beaches. It's a lovely weather. It's a beautiful city to live. Nobody's coming to Manchester and Manchester rain, man, especially to be part of shit Manchester United ownership structure and owners who are not even the slightest ambitious. Nora, do you think Mateta will gel with United place that? Yeah, I think he would if we had right back and a left back across the ball. If we had people that can cross the ball, yes, he will. Who's going to be our winger signing? Who's available in the summer? Well, I do like this kid, even though he's only been there, Ryan, at the Brazilian kid. I think he's got potential. Hendrick, yeah, everybody's on that Hendrick. Hendrick is living it up in League and everybody's on that Hendrick smoke now, all United fans. Some people are calling him AKA Bobby Charlton because he loved Bobby Charlton. Yeah. People, have we got to 100 likes yet? Oh my God, we're not even 100 likes yet. Let me just see the subscribers tally, where we are with the subscribers tally. Because we were 84 subscribers away. Let's see how many we are away now. Ooh! We are 81 subscribers away. 81 subscribers away. 81. We're 14.919. So if some of you subscribe, let's at least get it to. Yeah, Ryan from Bournemouth. Yeah, I like him. I play him on the left-hand side, yes. I play him on the left-hand side. I would get him from Bournemouth. And guess who I would sign as well? I'm going to make a video about, well, I'm going to do a show about him, but Senesi, what a passer of the ball. He's on a free. Senesi from Bournemouth is on a free. It's absolutely imperative that Manchester United sign him. It's imperative Manchester United sign him. It is so clear that Manchester United should sign Senesi. He is passing. You think that Martinez passing is good? He actually is a better passer than Martinez, if you like. And I love Martinez. Do not get it twisted. I absolutely love Martinez. But I actually think he's a better passer than Martinez. He bangs that ball into the strikers and wingers. Like from his own half, he pings it on his left foot. Honestly, he is. Manchester United need to sign him. Manchester United need to sign him. And tonight, I'm not lying to you, he did not let Calvert-Lewin try to bully him. He did not let it. We're going to come to that. We're going to be talking about Tchouameni as well. We're going to be talking about Tchouameni. We're going to be talking about that. So I'm going to save that and I'll talk about it. Let me just finish on the Rashford thing. But yeah, Barcelona fans, stop blaming Rashford. Stop blaming Rashford. And just pay the 26 million, man. Pay the 26 million. You need a squad for next season in the Champions League. Rashford is the kind of player who's not going to be moaning. He'll come off the bench. He'll play some of the league games. You can rest some of like the likes of Rafinha for the Champions League. Sometimes you need the squad. Just pay the 26 million. Sell another. What was a lever? Pull another lever. Barcelona's lever FC. Pull another lever, man, and sign Rashford and make him his dream. Fulfill his dream, man. Give him a 3-year contract and let him. Then he can go to Italy in 3 years' time when he's 30. Oh, nah. But they're not gonna stay up though. They're not gonna stay up. We need to get Senesi, mate. Senesi needs to come to Manchester United. Honestly, if Manchester United drop the ball on Senesi, it is be shocking. Honestly, it will be shocking. Senesi. Honestly, Marco Senesi, he is, boy, oh boy, oh boy. He is a fantastic ball playing. 28 years old. He's in the prime of his life. He is in the prime of his life. Honestly, he is in the prime of his life. 28 years old. I would get him. Apparently, he's on a free this summer. Barca bought Rashford for helping us overcome the hard-knocking games in the Champions League, but he didn't perform well in the first Champions League game against Atletico Madrid. Nah, you can't get rid of a player. You can't get rid of the player like that, man. Honestly, I find that really shocking. He scored some goals for you in the league this season. You won the league because some of his assistant goals. Senesi is more physical version of Martinez. Talk about like replacement. Yeah, 100%. I actually believe that Martinez dilly-dallies on the wall. Yeah, big up Adewale, man. Tell Adewale what managers doesn't he want? Yeah, man, Adewale don't want carrot, man. Saeed, listen, we're a football purist, man. We want entertainment. The difference between us, Saeed, and you and the rest of the mandem, yeah, I'm telling you, is Saeed, it is the fact that we want entertainment, man. Win, lose, or draw, we don't give a shit, man, because we're not challenging for no league title anytime soon. So we want entertainment. Never, you know what I mean? We want entertainment, man. Entertainment. Trust me, entertainment. Too late, we have decided to keep Maguire the borders. Listen, we need that. I'm not gonna lie to you. We need to sign up for centre back. Because I don't know how big the latest injury is going to be. This back injury, we don't know how it's going to be. I would get rid of, I would have got rid of Senesi. Some team is going to get Senesi and they're going to do wonderful. He is brilliant, man. I've hardly ever seen him injured, by the way. Hardly ever seen him injured. I don't want Rashford to deal with his toxic. It's 100%. I'm the same as you. And the toxic owners as well. Even Manchester United don't need Rashford. You guys need to secure cap. Nah, mate. No. No, we're saying that because there's too much things that have happened. There's too many things have happened. 1 second, people. 1 second. Bear with me, people. Bear with me. Bear with me, people. Bear with me. There we go. We're back. It's too much things have happened. And also, yeah, a lot of our fan base not into him anymore. I said last summer, sell Martinez and get Anna KP. Look how he's doing for Arsenal. Yeah. Incapia, yeah. Nah, so Senesi for me. Perfect age, experience. We've got 2 young, experienced centre-backs, and he'll be perfect. Yeah, 100%. I don't trust the lit, so get Senesi, man. Get Senesi because we're going to have more games next season. And Maguire, it's not even... Maguire's been injured in the last 2 years. Maguire has become injury-prone. Martinez is injury-prone, and now the lit is injury-prone. We've got 3 of our most experienced centre-backs being injury-prone. So go and get him. Get Senesi on a free. Get Senesi on a free, man. Honestly, he's fantastic. He's bought one of the best ball-playing centre-backs. You know, if he doesn't play for Argentina this summer, I'll be shocked. I will be absolutely shocked if he doesn't play for Barcelona. He is, bam, fantastic putting the ball through. Norden, we need to command defenders. Tall Martinez, the lit, not good enough. Senesi is a good height, man. It's good height. It's good height. Is Senesi fast or slow? Haven't seen him too much. Yeah, he's good. He's reading of the game. He's not the most fastest player, but he reads it really well, and he's very physical. He's just basically Martinez, a bit more aggressive and better passing. I think he's a better passer than Martinez. I'm not gonna lie to you. 39% of you want Rashford. 61% of you said no. Yeah, that's the Rashford talk over. Big up to everybody on there. Big up the masses. Please like, subscribe to the channel. Let's get to 200 likes ASAP, people. Let's get to 200 likes ASAP. Let's talk about the Tchouameni. So, Tchouameni, yeah, let's talk about Tchouameni. Tchouameni, boy, oh boy. So, Docker at the Telegraph, the guy, the Mancunian guy who reports for ESPN, and there's another journalist, I think he might be the guy from the Daily Mail. There's about 4 guys who basically have been reporting on Tchouameni and even setting the price saying it's 70 million. And I'm like, yo, that's quite specific detail, saying the price is 70 million. So 4 different journalists who cover Manchester United are linking Tchouameni to Manchester United. And I'm like, what the hell is going on here? Is it Tchouameni's agent? Is it Real Madrid as a football club that's putting the feelers out there? What is going on? What is going on? Who is reporting this? Is it the club that is briefing this? Is this Wilcox briefing? Is this Omar Barada briefing these journalists? Because to say Tchouameni, I ain't spell his name. Tchouameni. I can spell it for you. It's actually one of those things that I can spell because of the weirdness that his name is. It's Ouameni. Tchouameni. That's how you spell it, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody correct me if that's how it is. Because you know names that are quite obscure, I learned to spell them even though I'm dyslexic. I'm severely dyslexic. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's how you spell it, I think. So I'm thinking, why are all these sonographers, they're not journalists, they're all like absolutely up the arse of Manchester United. 4 or 5 journalists and 4 or 5 outlets that cover Manchester United intensely, who are every press conference or Manchester United press conference. All of a sudden, all 5 of them are talking about this Tchouameni link. And I'm like, specifically the price, saying that the price is set 70 million. Anytime I see something like the price being set, I'm like, yo, that's a brief from the player's agent, from the club, from our club, from the director of football, from the CEO of Manchester United. I don't know what's going on. Big up. Nerding got a grade C in English. Yeah, big up. Trying to boost Manchester United shares. But I've told you before, innit? I've done a scouting. I spoke to Saeed about it, the scouting machine on him. and he's super conservative. I have watched La Liga and watched Tchouameni jump out of 50-50s. He is really good, but he's not amazing on the ball. He likes to give it like 10 or 15 yards, but he is a screen on top of the back four. He will screen the back four. He will get into positions. He will hunt the ball down. He will win the duels. And I think this is his best season. This year, he was unfortunately banned for the second leg against Bayern Munich in the Champions League. And I think he would have made a big difference to Bayern Munich. Sorry, he would have made a big difference to Real Madrid. But he was banned. But this has been his best season for Real Madrid. And Real Madrid fans don't want to get rid of him. They don't want to get rid of him. I know that Real Madrid are apparently trying to buy Rodri and they tried to buy somebody else. You know, apparently they asked Rodri about Real Madrid and he was like, the very hard football club to turn down. But apparently they also linked with another Premier League midfielder. Somebody in the comments let me know. But yeah, so I'm like, what is going on here? I'm like, what is going on here? So what I'm telling you is that either the player's agent wants to get a bigger contract and maybe more money at Real Madrid, and we've seen that before. We've seen loads of Real Madrid players, like especially Varane before we signed him. A couple of years before that, Varane was using Manchester United to get bigger wages at Real Madrid and a lengthier contract at Real Madrid. Ramos used us like that, if you remember. I want to jog some of your memory back. Ramos, right, used United at least twice to get bigger contract. So is it the player's agent that's pushing for it? Him and the agent of Tchouameni and the player want to get more money from Real Madrid and a longer contract because he's doing well so far? Or is it Manchester United that are giving a briefing to all these 5 outlets, the Evening News, ESPN, the Daily Mail, the Telegraph, and there was somebody else as well who's reporting about. Somebody else also reporting about Tchouameni. I forgot what the other outlet is. It's definitely 5 outlets I have seen that are reporting about Tchouameni. So yeah, people, let's get to 200 likes ASAP. Yeah, 2015, that was when Ramos was using us. Manchester United are those clubs that where Real Madrid, Barcelona players use to get more money and to get more wages out of the Barcelona and Real Madrid. That's what happens. That's what I'm saying. It smells really fishy. Yeah, something's not right. So I'm guessing, is it the agent? Is it Tchouameni's agent that's gone to all these 5 outlets? Is it Wilcox and Jim the Rat and Omar Barada are putting this out there? Because I think he is going to need adaptation to adapt to the Premier League. And I'm saying we need to buy Premier League. We need to go and get Elliot Anderson. Simple as. We need to go and get Elliot Anderson, Tonali, and Baleba. They're the 3 that I would get. And if not, I would then get Fernandes and Scott and Tonali. Alex Scott, Fernandes, and Tonali. That's who I would get. 3 midfielders for United this season. When you're playing 2, you need 2 coming off the bench. And you need to freshen them up anyway. We should just go and get Wharton, but never see us linked to. Well, yeah. Do you know that somebody at Blackburn told us about him? Apparently, according to Andy Mitten, Manchester United were told to go and watch Adam Wharton when he played for Blackburn. And United were like, ooh, bottom end of the championship now. We won't be interested in a player like that. Look at the fucking arrogance of this fucking football club, man. It's an absolute disgrace. But yeah, and I found my winger. I said I'll go and find. You know what? I like Joe Gomez, but on the ball, I am not too fussed of him on the ball. I think Alex Scott's better than him on the ball, you know. I ain't gonna lie. But apparently he wants to go to Liverpool anyway, so who wants him? I don't want a player who wants to go to fucking Liverpool. F him, man. We're not here begging any Liverpool players, man. People who love Liverpool and want to go to Liverpool. But also, Wharton's been heavily linked with Liverpool recently. So, probably Liverpool, they'll get it done. They'll get it done. But United are already briefed. They're not looking for a partner. They are already looking for a partner. Wharton is on the target because it's similar. That's bullshit. I think they're bullshit. That is bullshit. That is bullshit. Wharton is totally different player profile to Kobe. Kobe is the guy who gets you in control of the game. Wharton is actually, he's a progressive passer. He's a playmaker from deep into the last third, punching the balls into the last third. That's what he is. Scott as a squad player would be good than Obaleba, yeah. Oh, 100%. Jaron Neves would have been perfect, yeah. He would have been. I think he would have settled into the league. But in terms of Tchouameni, I would have 100% believed he's going to need, because he went into Real Madrid, he had to wait to adapt. Obviously, Cruz, Casemiro, and Modric, come on, 3 of the best midfielders of their generation were all ahead of him. But yeah, he didn't settle in. It took him a while to settle in. And I think the Premier League is where you need the adaptation period. And I think I'm not here to wait for any adaptation period. I'm not about this summer. We need to, on this preseason and the Champions League, we need to hit the ground running, people. We need to fight on 2 fronts, all fronts. So I'm not asking about the League Cup. I'm asking about in 3 fronts next season. Champions League, if we get there, the FA Cup and the Premier League, we need to fight on all fronts. That's what we want. Nuruddin, thoughts on Trafford? Would you take him from Man City? Yeah, I would. Yeah, I like him. I like James Trafford. But at the moment, Lamin's #1. But he's going to leave Man City. He's not going to leave Man City to be #1, #2 at Manchester United. He's going to leave Man City to be #1 somewhere else. Who was he linked with? He was linked with somebody in the Premier League. Who was he linked with? Newcastle. Who was he linked with recently? Chelsea. He was linked with Chelsea, yeah. He was linked with Chelsea. I think he'd be a really good goalkeeper. I don't rate Sanchez at all. Sanchez makes too many mistakes for my liking. He makes too many mistakes for my liking. Do you want Carrick? No, I don't. I don't. If Hansi Flick was leaving Barcelona, I would have taken him. I would have taken him. I would have taken him, man. But he was the only one that I'm like, yeah, I would have taken him. Outside of the box. For me, Ancelotti, for me, would be the best guy because of his stature, what he's done in the game. And he would also challenge his Muppets behind me here. His authority, he would challenge and he would get the best out of the players. Put his arm and manage the players. Ancelotti, me. They will respect Don Carlo too much to take the piss. Liverpool is a link because Alisson. Liverpool is a link with because Alisson is leaving. Is Alisson leaving Liverpool? Oh, interesting. Stavana from PSV. I love somebody like Lemons can learn from. People don't rate him, you know. Honestly, Shaqirian. People were absolutely butchering him in the Champions League. He was diving all over the place, couldn't get hold of the ball, and they were lucky not to concede goals. But did you see your boy, Shaqirian? Did you see your boy Donnarumma on against Arsenal? Dilly Dally FC at the back, eh? Every time he makes a mistake, I always think about Shaqirian. Every time he makes a mistake, Donnarumma. First thing that comes to mind, I'm like, Shaqirian, what go on? Talk to me nice. But yeah, so this Tchouameni story for me, it's boy, oh boy, really strange. And I think maybe him and his agent are try to strike while the iron's hot, and maybe try to get bigger wages and longer contract from Real Madrid. Yeah. Juventus have contacted his agent if he wants out because Slot's staying. Wow. That's crazy. He redeemed himself. Leave him alone, Nuruddin. Best goalkeeper in the world still. Nah, no chance. Alisson, it hurts me to say, but Alisson is the best goalkeeper in the world for me. I think Alisson is the best goalkeeper for me. Man, Carrick revived you guys, and these people you mentioned ain't coming in. Give you wins against big teams too, like Carrick. He deserves a shot. Nah, the football for me. Would you have taken Michael Carrick as an interim at Barcelona? And if he plays shit football, would you, except for 3 games, I think Villa we played well. 3 games stood out to me. Villa, City, and Arsenal. They were the games that stood out to me. So I would not have taken him. You would not be taking him either. Big up man like Mlowane.
Hey, big up.
I can't hear you,
Big
bro.
up, brother. Whoa, what's wrong with my mic today?
I can't
You
hear
can
you,
hear
bro.
me? Oh, good Lord. I'll have to check my Bluetooth. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Come back. Come out.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me check how many subscribers we've got here. How many subscribers? Big up, people. Please subscribe to the channel. We're shadow banned, man. We're shadow banned because we speak. Oh, we are 79 subscribers away from 15K. 79 subscribers. 79. The year that Luani was born. 79 subscribers away. We are 14.9 to 1. So the least you could do, people, is subscribe to the channel, please. Luani's gone again. Ole, ole. You looking so taking a biscuit. Are the board looking for names to replace him next season? No. No, they're not. No, they're not. At Bayern Munich, going big up to you for winning the league respect. Oh, Bayern Munich have won the league. Oh, okay. Nuruddin, imagine a midfield three of Tchouameni, Baleba, and Mainu under Iriola. Reminds me of Klopp's midfield of three, Fabinho, Wilhandam, and Anderson. Yeah, that would be amazing. But Iriola would have to change the way he plays. Iriola would have to change. Let me just see if my cat's coming in. 1 second, people. Oh, Luani's coming back. Let's see. Let me just get Luani. Let me see if I can connect with Luani. Luani, you there?
Yeah,
I like Luani. You there?
Can you hear me?
The internet in the New York State is going a bit techie.
Can you hear
bro?
me?
I still can't hear you, bro.
God damn it. What's
Is
going
it
on with
me?
this mic?
Let me just check. Audio.
Should be good. No? What is going on? I don't know. Oh. I'm getting stitched. Still can hear me. That is. Hello? Hello? Holy okay.
Is that better? Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I swear to God, somebody was muting me, people. Can you guys hear me? You are my witness. Did you see it, guys? Somebody was putting me on mute constantly. Yo, that is crazy. Somebody was putting me on mute. I swear to God, somebody was like, every time I could see it here, somebody was putting me on mute. That's not even funny, people. Come on, Luwani. Luwani needs to come back. Maybe needs to restart that computer. Nah. Who's hacked me, man? Seriously, I need to look at my emails, man. Somebody hacked me. 1 second, people. This is serious. Jamie Wayne, I swear to you, somebody was putting me on mute again and again and again. Every couple of seconds, they were putting me on mute. Nah, yo, what's going on, man? Let me just have a look at the channel, man. 1 second. Yo, that's crazy. That is crazy. Yo, that's crazy. I'm telling you. So that's a warning shot, but I don't care, man. I'm not going to be silenced. I'm not going to be silenced, man. F Mossad, mate. F them all. F the IOF. F the state that's not real, mate. F them all, mate. F the industrial military complex, mate. F them. F Donald Trump. F Netanyahu. F him. F them all, mate. I don't give a damn. Free Palestine, Lebanon, Iran. Free the Congo. Free Sudan. Free Haiti. Free Tigray. Free Somaliland. Free all the people, man. F the xenophobes in Southern Africa as well. I need to do a show, man. I keep seeing these disturbing photos, videos of Southern Africans beating up these other Africans, fellow other Africans from different countries. I need to speak to man like Black Rain, you know. I need to speak to our South African correspondent soon. I'm gonna have to do an early show. I need to find out what's going on. Like and subscribe, people. We're shadow banned. It's crazy. Luwani needs to come back, man. Hopefully he's restart his computer. Yeah, man. I'm always 100%. Yeah, man. Much love, always. But I swear to God, it looked like somebody had the controls and was muting me. I am not chatting rubbish to you guys. It kept muting me. It kept muting me. Ya Allah, Rabbi, who's hacked us, man? What's going on? Yeah, Ryan from Bournemouth, 100%. I know that he's only been here for a year, for not even that, half a season. Did they buy him in January or did they buy him in the summer? But I'm convinced already. I need to get him. I need to get him. Yeah, man. Big up to the EFF in Southern Africa, man. The EFF need to get out on the street and protect these people, man. What people don't understand is that it took the whole of Africa to come together to help Southern Africa to get free from apartheid. These people don't know their history, man. They're super ignorant. And by the way, it is by no means to all of Southern African people. It's small number or pockets of muppets who are going and attacking people. Yeah. The thumbnails are going to be like that color. They're going to be like that now from now on.
Hello?
Let's try it for the 4th time.
Can you hear me?
Oh, my God. Bro, do it without the headset. Do it without... No, do it without the headset.
Okay.
Take the headset out. Take it out. No, take it. Take the headset out, Luwani. Take the headset out, man. Yeah, I'm never getting silenced, man. I'm never getting silenced. And I don't want to paint the picture, but I'm just really concerned about what's going on with people from different African countries who those countries have helped enormously to the cause to free South Africa. And now some Southern African people, I mean, a couple of hundreds are here and there, are attacking people, man. They need to give it a rest. I can't hear him, though. I can't hear him. I don't know what that was. Luwani, come back now. Let me see if I can hear you. It's crazy what's going on here, people. Just double check my audio. Okay, seems fine. No, I didn't. None of you are going to believe me, innit? It's okay. None of you are going to believe me. I did not mute myself. I did not mute myself at all. It kept happening. It kept happening like 3 or 4 times it happened. It was muting me. But yeah, anyway. Nuro, start Twitch. That's why Rant's got so much big following, yeah. Yeah, maybe I need to, man. I need to start a Twitch. I need to get on Twitch, man. I need to get on Twitch. You're right, I need to get on Twitch. But anyway, let's get into the Pogba interview, people. Let's get into the Pogba interview. Let's get into the Pogba interview. Actually, let me just talk about a little bit about Rafinha. He was always going to get the sack. I feel bad for him, really. I really feel bad for him. I'm not going to lie. I feel bad for him. And I think this is one of the quotes that he said that he should not have said. Luwani, are you there?
Hello? Yes. Can you hear me?
Speak more. Speak more. Speak. Can you hear? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Yeah. I can.
That is crazy. I don't know. I think it might be my end, but I don't know what's happened.
I think you have to unmute me. Yeah, you have to unmute me.
Maybe I'll go out. I'll go and you stay and let me see if I come back in. Let's see if it works. Okay? I'll go. You talk to you talk to the audience. I'll go out, kick myself out, and then I'll come back. Is that all right? You talk to the audience.
Okay.
People, can you hear Luwani? All right.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna go out.
Good evening.
Luwani, talk to them about Rafinha and Chelsea. I think they threw him under the bus. I think they threw the players. Soon as Fernandes got dropped, I think they threw him under the bus. So talk to them about, and I'll go out and I'll come back. Okay? See you in a bit.
All right, no problem. Good evening, guys. First time going solo. Therapy Army, thanks for being with us this evening. So Nuruddin want me to talk to you guys about Chelsea. What am I supposed to say about the Yahoo boys? Because that's why I call them the Yahoo boys. Essentially, I think this was never a good mix for a coach like Rafinha to start with. And I say a coach because I think he's competent as a coach. Tactically, he's one of those young upcoming managers. But unfortunately, what he lacks is actually what Chelsea needs, a club of boys. They need a leadership. They don't have leadership in the team. And Rafinha does not strike me as a coach that is charismatic. And I think that is actually his downfall. The fact that he's not a charismatic
I still can't hear you, but Luwani, just keep speaking. As long as the audience can hear you, it's totally fine. You keep talking, and then I'll come in when you finish. Just give me the thumbs up. We'll do it like that, okay? Ain't nobody
Okay, no
stopping us.
problem.
But talk to now about Rosinha.
No, I just think that Rosinha is not charismatic, and that is the architect of his downfall. Because if you have a club like Chelsea where the owners bring in so many young players, and they have that celebrity status of living in London, um, those players have their own agendas, and you bring in a coach like Liam Rosinha, who is literally a tactical coach. There is no period of adaptation in which he will be able to test his tactics against the Premier League. There's not that period, and there's no leadership in the team that can actually uh, be his representation on the pitch in terms of holding the team together while they're moving through the difficulty of the players getting used to his tactic. So I think that's what works against him. He finds himself having to deal with so many problems at the same time, and unfortunately, he couldn't swim. So I feel bad for him, but he's young, and
Yeah,
I think
smash
he
the
will
lights, people.
recover.
Smash the lights.
He'll recover. So I wish him the best wherever he end up. But it was one step too far for him. I think he should have taken like one of those small club job first, like maybe like a Bournemouth or Sunderland, or even go through the championship, because sometimes you cannot burn steps. You cannot take a shortcut when it comes to this managerial thing, especially when you are a young and upcoming manager. So hopefully he get the opportunity to prove himself again somewhere else with less pressure actually. So that's my take on that. Nuruddin, that's my take on Rosinha. If you have anything else to add. Hell no, Nuruddin is not having the night off. You know, and that's the thing with Chelsea is that they need to come up with a manager that's a bit more pragmatic. Um, because when you look at what they used to be at the team as a team, I think that the fan base is kind of used to that in terms of that fan base is used to having leaders on the pitch and having players that actually fight for the badge. Like they say, their motto is what the pride of London, and that fan base really take that to heart. So if you're bringing in young players that you're trying to turn in for cash later, you at least need to have a management team that is ruthless. A management team that will be able to get them to work hard. But it's something else entirely. If you have a board like they have right now, I think the board is the biggest mismatch that they have right now. With Abramovich, you could tell that even when you hear stories from what's his name, from their midfielder on his podcast, he said that Abramovich used to bring helicopters on the pitch. He used to do a lot of power plays. So I think that kind of power plays of Abramovich trickled down all the way down to the players and to the managers. The expectation were set from the owner. But with this kind of ownership, we've thought, boy, it looked like a little buffoonery going on. You don't hear him speaking too much and making sense when he does anyway. But during Abramovich's period, when he says something, it's literally the hammer. The managers know that
I
if
can
they
hear
don't
you now,
perform,
Lord.
they can. Nice. Welcome back.
Can you hear me?
So yeah. I
Thank
was
God
saying
for that.
Rosinha was
No,
a bad
I've had a weird one tonight. I've had a really weird one. I think somebody might hack the channel. Somebody was putting me on mute while I was talking about you.
Yeah. I'm
But yeah,
I'm glad you're back. That's a fantastic comment. Rosinha is just like another version of Graham Potter. A little bit too soon. not enough charisma. Good tactician, but not enough charisma. That's a fantastic analogy right there.
Yeah, yeah. Big up to the people, man. I think this didn't help him. I think the players did this on purpose so that he'll be asked about it, and then he came out with this about respecting the ball. I also think that as soon as he fell out with Enzo Fernandez, discipline Enzo Fernandez, that was it, because he's the vice captain and he's the leader, and they're all down tooled. But anyway, people, we're gonna be moving on to the next, our last and final. Luwani, would you want Rashford back? Barcelona playing games, 26 million. They're saying, and I'm telling you, he's scored 12 goals in our competition for Barcelona, and he's made 13 assists in his first season. And I think 25 goal involvement, where I think he's only started maybe 25 games or 26 games he started. I think that is remarkably well for the first season.
Yeah. Normally, there are reasons to argue for and there are reasons to argue against. Normally, I wouldn't want him back because of his past shenanigans and the fact that sometimes he thinks he's just bigger than his teammate and somewhere along the line bigger than the club. But the actual situation in which we are is that we need a competition for that left wing. We need competition for Cunha and Dogo. And in that spirit, I don't mind having him back, especially that if we're going to keep a coach like somebody like Carrick, who is not a technician by any means, but he's a good manager. And I think he have worked with Rashford before. So I think that Carrick, being the type of manager that he is in terms of that, not being a tactician, be more of a free stylist and a man manager, I think Rashford will fit a bit more in his system rather than in the system of Amorim. Because when it comes to Carrick, it's all about the chemistry between the players, especially the attack, and less about the patterns and the tactic. So Rashford, yes, we know he ran into blind alleys. He played with his head down sometimes, but so does Cunha sometimes. So as long as the chemistry with Rashford and the left back is good, or the chemistry with him and Bruno is good, which it has been. To be honest, that ball over the top is Rashford's forte. So I think he'll be a good addition to bring back. The only issue is if he comes back and I know he's coming from Barcelona, so he'll have a little ego boost. I hope he doesn't come back and think that he's played for Barcelona, so he's a bit above the team or something like that, walking around like he owned the place. Then that's another story.
I think the fan base have got too toxic with Rashford, and I think that I didn't like it when we played through him and Bruno and Rashford. I would like to get rid of Bruno. I know I'm a single. I'm in my own island, an empty island by myself, maybe joined by a couple of people like Ben. But I don't want to.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you on that.
I don't want to play through one player and bring Rashford back. Then we play through two player, and then we just play counter attack, ollie ball. I don't want that. I want us to move away from that. But let's move on to the next one. So there we go. I've got some. Let me just go to these. Let me share the screen. There we go. Last segment is Pogba. We won't be too much, but let's go at it, and then I can get your reaction. Pogba, if he feels when he moves for a huge transfer fee, Jack Clearish 100 million, Florian Wirtz 120 million, Isaac 125 something million. We're not giving the same tough expectation and criticism that he faced when he returned to Manchester United for 80. I think it was 89 million he came back for, which 40 million went to the agent who's now passed away. But when you're United, you're at United. What do you expect? It's the biggest club, if not the, it's the biggest, it's biggest club, if not the biggest club. Then in the top three, Madrid with Manchester United with the media, they're quite the same for me. So he said that. Sorry, let me go back to it. He said that, and then he's also said here about when asked why did he play so well in World Cup 2018, he said, "What did I went played Well, I felt love. All the people there loved me. When people, you feel loved by everybody, by the coach, by the player staff, the French media too for 4 years. I wasn't thinking, talking to the media, but Didier Drams told me start talking to them. When I talked about the Jose Mourinho, why he fell out with Jose Mourinho, Pogba said his relation with Mourinho, I don't want to be mean. I don't have a problem with any coaches. I always respect, always respect. They tell me what to do. They're the boss. That's the truth. They're the boss. They decide if I play or not. We were very cool at the start, sending messages, stuff like that. He's really funny, man. He's a funny guy. He's really special, to be honest. And after time, I think the injuries created the breakdown in the relations. When he's always the media asking questions about me, maybe makes him a bit like, oh, he's done. Okay, he's done. And then this is the problem also with me. Like a lot of people, they love to ask about me. Always Paul, but that's probably pissed him off. Yeah, that's really interesting for me. Because I think Jose wanted to leave Manchester United because of the way that the people treated him, like Ed Woodward, and the lies that they told. Because if you remember, Luwani, we went to, they bought Fred for him, and they bought somebody else, actually, a goalkeeper from Stoke. And we took kids to the preseason in the US, and he wanted these players. He wanted other players, and they were like, no. But yeah, that is really interesting. What do you think about those quotes? I think the thing about being loved, I thought one quote that's not on there when I watched it, Lee Grant. That's it, Lee Grant. I think he wanted to leave, and I think he then picked on the likes of Martial and Pogba to scapegoat, and then Ed Woodward and that were like, no, these are the price possessions. These are the people with value, and then they got rid of him. But Jose, listen, when I tell people Jose came to Manchester United to live in a hotel, you know that? I said that on a fan cam. The next day it was in the newspaper, 2 of the national newspapers in the UK. They were like, Manchester United fans saying that Jose lives in a hotel, is not committed to the club. Because I said it outside in a fan cam, outside the stadium, Luwani. The next day, so a lot of my friends are getting in touch with me. Yeah, what have you done, man? Why are you grassing Jose? He was living in a hotel in Manchester, one of the big hotels near Salford, not that far from the stadium. That's where he was living. He would never commit to Manchester United staying. Remember, before Ed Woodward gave him that contract, he was flirting with Paris Saint-Germain, saying how his son likes to go to Paris Saint-Germain, how his son likes, he takes the Eurostar from London and is in Paris. He likes the city. And then Ed Woodward got so scared and gave Jose another year and a half in his contract and more money. It was absolutely ridiculous. But what do you think about what Paul Pogba said?
You know, the story of Paul Pogba for me is a story of love and hate when it comes to me. The reason I come about knowing who Paul is I was watching the World Cup. I don't remember what year is it, and I saw France was playing a team, and I saw this guy just strolling in the middle of the midfield, just volley a ball, and he's just walking around, strolling around elegantly. And I called a friend of mine. I said, "Who the heck is this guy?" And the friend told me that that's Paul Pogba. And who's Paul Pogba? And he told me, no, he came from our academy. He played for Juventus. And I'm like, what? Really? So from that time, I started kind of watching him closely, and he reminded me so much of a midfielder that used to play for the Togolese team back then, and so much talent, and I don't know. I'll go and say he's probably one of the best midfielder, talent-wise, pure talent I've seen since Yaya Toure of City, and actually he's actually more technical than Yaya, but a bit more like different kind of players. But as much as I've learned how to admire him and I wake up to watch him play football, in hindsight, we cannot blame everything that has happened in his career on everybody else. Yeah, we watch what happened with Jose, and we know Jose actually didn't hate him. Like, if you look at the way Jose does, is When Jose Mourinho rates you as a player, he will try to mold you into something that he wants. And when he can't do that, then he'll start hating you, literally. And that's what happened with Pogba. I watched an interview with Jose at the end of the game. Jose was like, Pogba got everything. He have everything. But yet his insistence is trying to mold him into his system as a DM. And that's where I think that Pogba's repression came from, when he started being repressive in that role. And his ability to express himself kind of start regressing. But even with that, he still have a good World Cup. Jose got sacked, and then Ole came in. Ole gave him a bit of a freedom, and then even under Ole, the pressure keep piling up. You will see that he have less room for mistake when it comes to the fan. Maybe that's one of the reasons is how much he got signed for,
And
and
also the injuries. He became really
the
injury
injuries.
prone.
Yeah, the injuries came later, but
No, even under Jose, the injuries were there, and that's what Paul Pogba was saying. That pissed him off. That pissed Jose off because the injuries, he kept getting injured. Remember, he wanted to go to Miami to get the treatment, and he didn't want to take advice from the club and stuff like that. But yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Look at the age
One
he
more
has.
comment. Let me just give you this one more comment. What he says about Kobe Mainoo. He's Paul Pogba. If Kane Mooney should stay at Manchester United, he's such a talented kid. He's still young. It's really difficult. It's all about how he feels. He's going to have all the clubs after him. That is for sure. Maybe it's not the right decision, and it's really hard for me to say he should leave when he's loved by the people of United. He's such a great player, big potential. He can have a great career at Manchester United also. So I don't know, but I just wish him the best. I don't know what the decision he's going to make. This is before, obviously, the interview was done before Kobe signed the 5-year contract. Yeah. I just want to see this kid play because he's enjoyable to see. I see him play football.
When it comes to Paul,
this was the photo taken. So this year it was copped out as Lenny Yoro. So Kobe and Lenny Yoro went on some training camp, and Pogba was there, and he was also training at the same camp in the preseason last season.
Like I said, when it comes to Paul Pogba, the line between love and hate for me, I crossed it actually. Because I look at his career and I'm so pissed and so frustrated that somebody with such talent managed his career the way he did. Whether we want to blame his agent, I think, what's his name?
Well, he was the late great Real. What's his name?
Yeah, late great Raiola, or we want to blame himself and the issue he's been having in his personal life. His detractors have been saying that he like attention a bit too much, and he's not 100. He was not 100% focused on football. And I used to hate when people say stuff like that. But looking at it with hindsight, I have to give some of those people, maybe I have to say that some of them were right in a sense, because when he went to Juventus and the whole scandal broke about his
supplement,
supplement
what he took. Yeah.
Sorry?
He took a supplement by mistake.
Yes, that whole thing broke about the supplement. Whether you believe that Juventus stitch him up or not, or whether you believe that I don't know what happened to him, but I don't believe in random selection for testing. But at the same time, as a professional, you're responsible for what you put in your body. So the way his career went after that, after Juventus, even though he got offered a chance at a second lease of life at Monaco, and he's still not starting, I don't believe he's too old. I don't believe he's old enough with the talent that he has. I mean, I've seen Modric and Kroos play till they are certain. Xhaka is still playing the Premier League, So I don't know. And Bruno is still playing for us. And now when I hear him coming out,
I think Paul is 35 now, if I'm not mistaken. It's around 35, 36. I think 34,
35, 36. With that amount of talent, come on, no, then I didn't think I've seen the last of him.
He's been coming on and playing, and he's still trying to get trim. He's been playing. People have the right, right to have the two opinion. I'll give my two opinion now. I think Paul Pogba. So the most important statement I can't find, but he basically said when he played. So first of all, he should never have left. He should never have left, because I remember I went to the game at Old Trafford. We played Blackburn. He was on the bench, and I was so excited. I cannot tell you, I was super excited about Paul Pogba, because I remember I watched him in the youth team, Luani, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I was super. Two players I was so excited about. It was him and Raphael Morrison.
Ravel, yep.
Are gonna be. I was like, United don't need midfielders. These two are gonna be amazing. Anyway, Pogba comes through. Pogba still tried to get into the thing. Fergie, I don't know why, didn't fucking play him against Blackburn. He played the Raphael twins in midfield when we had so many injuries out. Or Paul Pogba, he's 33. Okay, 33. So basically, he should have played, and he kept warming up. And every time we were getting excited, like clapping him, you know what I mean? And then he didn't come on, and then that's it. He made his decision because his contract was coming to an end. And then Juventus sniffed it around, and then they took him. But I think he regrets leaving Manchester United, because he would have got his chance. I think he would have been fantastic. And I think, me personally, if he would have played on the Fergie, onto that kind of way of discipline and that way of just focusing on the football, I 100% believe he would have been a lot better player. But in his defense, when he went to Juventus, they had a specific role for him. They would work on it tactically. He said it in the interview. They knew exactly what he was doing in what position. He knew exactly what he was not allowed to do. And if he made mistakes, the other big players in the team will tell him in that moment, say, Paul, get back in there. Sleep in your position. He played in a 3, played on the left-hand side, and was more freedom to express himself as an attacking number 8. And at Manchester United, Rio Ferdinand asked him, if you watched the interview, Luani, what happened at United? Were you given a role at United? He says, no. He said, I played under, obviously, it was Jose, Oli, then Ranieri came in. Then when Ten Hag was coming in, he left. He said all 3 of them played 3 different systems. At times he played in a 2, at times he played in a 3, at times he was playing a bit more forward. At times he said at United he played behind a striker, as a striker. I remember one game where he played as a striker, actually. I think we had injuries, but he played as like a forward striker. So he never had a position. And he said that for France, he had Matuidi and he had Kante, and they did everything, and he was just so creative. So I understand he has specific types of grievance that are legitimate and true, but I also think he is somebody of African descent who just likes to be flamboyant. I think he said he was like that. He liked a different haircut. He liked different type of clothes from the age of 10. So I'm always like, why are we trying to change him? The club for me was too much in a mess. I'm not making excuses for him. Could he have done things better? 100 million %. Could he have done things better? Like when he was injured, should have said to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, no, I'm not going to play. I'm really injured. Because he was injured for one game. Then the next minute, he's playing against Rochdale in the League Cup. And then he was out for 6 or 7 months after that. Do you know what I mean? He was out for a long time after that. So, and then he wanted to get some treatment by, should he have done, instead of going to Dubai, instead of wanted to go to Miami, should he have done this? Yes. Could he have done things? And he even admitted in the interview, yes, he should have done more. He should have done more. And he has regrets. But I believe we should have let him go. I really believe when he said when he wanted to go, we should have let him go. I really believe that. I really, really believe that we should have let him go. Go ahead, Ronnie. Can you hear me? No.
Yes. Can you hear me very well?
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So, for me, in conclusion, for Pogba, right? Looking at the statement he's made these days and justifying the fact that he's been playing multiple positions, now and then praising certain players. Now I look at it from a hindsight point perspective. I think Pogba has always needed a babysitter. By babysitter, I mean
Let me
in
just
the
answer
French
this
team, for
question.
example. What?
1 second, Laura. Let me just answer the question. It's because he was part of that the Adidas deal. Paul Pogba was the Adidas ambassador. He was one of the biggest Adidas stars, and the deal was signed with him and Adidas. Remember, it was Stormzy, who's also the musician, UK musician rapper, who was signed to Adidas, and the whole thing was the Adidas thing. So Paul Pogba had to see out his contract at Manchester United for Adidas to get the money and to Adidas to get the kudos, that because he was one of their biggest stars. But go ahead, Luari.
Mhm. Yeah, so I think Paul Pogba has always needed a babysitter, and that's what essentially Deschamps did in the national team, just build a protective shell around him. But unfortunately, that's not the way real life work. When you play at a club like Manchester United, it's okay for France because you're the most talented midfielder they have in the team. But when you play in a club like Manchester United, where the level is very competitive, with a player with that level of talent, you don't need a babysitter. You have to have a certain level of mental fortitude that allow you to compete with the best. Because in the league, you're competing with the best, and every year they're bringing in the best players. When I hear him praising Bruno and all of that, that makes me think that, look, when Bruno was brought in, normally Pogba was supposed to be a push forward. And what we always lament under Jose Ole is that bringing two good DM and you can push Pogba forward. But essentially, when Bruno was brought in, Pogba become almost maybe in his own head. He You hear Bruno say something like Pogba help him integrate, which is fine in their personal life. But on the training pitch, you still competing against somebody for the same position. And in that head of yours, you need to understand that. But I think that Pogba, in some sense, he think he's the Robin to Bruno's Batman. So with that kind of mentality, you cannot supplement it. It doesn't matter how talented you are not going to have every time a coach that put his arm around your neck every time the fans are chanting for you to get subbed off or anything. So I believe that is the aspect of the game that a lot of people criticize for him. And frankly, is very common with a lot of players that come from the continent. I'll give the example of Yaya, that player at a higher level, at a very high level, but you see the way he was unceremoniously thrown out of the city team because of a story of cake when he get emotional, overly emotional and all that. I see people such as players such as Paul Pogba, as Jadon Sancho, as Anthony Martial, so much talent, right? I mean, I love watching them play, but it's just that mental aspect of it is not there. But paradoxically, you look at a player like Bruno, who literally does not. I still wake up and think that Bruno is a freaking pretender of football because I look at everything he does. I promise you, I can do those things on the pitch. But Bruno is his self-confidence is so high. He believes that he belongs there and he play as such. So much that now people are talking they're talking about Bruno in conversation that I don't even think he belongs, but just because of the sheer numbers, because of his audacity, his ability to just try things that regular players that are more talented than him will not try. That is the kind of self-confidence you need sometimes, coupled with your talent to take you to the highest level.
Yeah.
If Paul Pogba has had that mental, I believe he will be talked about in the same mode as the Zidanes because he was that talented. So he need to look at himself at this point.
No. Listen, I think that's fair point. Big up Adewale. Adewale said, but Bruno needs a babysitter too. The only difference is that Bruno doesn't get blamed when the midfield is wide open. Facts. Because he gets GA. Pogba, he says Pogba is 3 times.
Yeah, but you know what Pogba would have done? You know what Pogba should have done? Pogba was way too much in love with Manchester United. You cannot tie your career to emotion. When this whole thing started happening and you felt like this club was not the right environment for you, Just put your feet on the floor and say, you know what? I'll round down my contract.
Yeah.
Pogba was supposed to be the heir. Real Madrid was the match for somebody of a talent at Paul Pogba. If he ran out his contract and just left for Real Madrid, it would be a different story. He sat there smiling with Ole. I think he signed his new contract under Ole. Ole was able to scam every player in believing that they are needed, they're cherished, and they'll be treated very well. I remember the picture he took with Martial also signing a new contract with him, and we know how that went down the drain. He should have just left. He stayed a bit way too long. You know, he didn't overstay. He's welcome, not a sort, but he stayed way too long. Way too long.
I think Adewale is true. Adewale here is saying nothing to do with the mental aspect. United is not a club for technical players. 100%. Every technical player since Fergie's left have failed at Manchester United. United, a place where chaotic players thrive, like Bruno. Big up Sean. And Adewale says, if United signed Shirky, our fans would say he's in good. Facts. 100 million%. They would have been like, get him out. Get him out. Yeah, big up Sean. How you doing, Sean?
Big up, guys. Yeah, I'm doing okay.
Big up, Sean.
What did you think about? We've not got your match reaction from the Chelsea game.
It was perfect. Honestly, it was a very, very professional performance. In the sense that, from my perspective, and I mean, it's proven us right because they've sacked Liam Rosenior. So from where I was standing, there was absolutely no excuse to lose to this guy because this guy is a clown, even a bigger clown than Amorim. So that would have been unacceptable in the first place. And then because it was Chelsea against United, I expected them to turn up. I expected them to actually have decent performances. I expected us to be impressed by one or two or three Chelsea players, and I was by like Hato and that young centre back. You know, I think he played well for Chelsea. Cucurella did well for them as well. Caicedo was good in the midfield. Occasionally, Enzo and Palmer looked dangerous. So, I mean, I wasn't surprised by any of that, but I thought our performance was very, very professional. And I have to say, I have to give Carrick some credit, right? Because that's back four. I think that was brave, and it was a smart decision because there's a way he would have done it, and he would have played Luke Shaw and Heaven centre backs, and then put Mazraoui on the left or Dalot, and he would have confused the whole thing. So keeping everybody on their strongest foot, Dalot on the right, Luke Shaw on the left, Mazraoui right centre back, Heaven left centre back. I think that's an understated but very shrewd way that he chose to approach the match to give the team some balance, and I think it showed. I also like the fact that we have quality attackers. So even if Mbeumo and Ahmad are not having the best of times, Cunha is stepping up. And there was a time in the season where Cunha wasn't scoring so much and Mbeumo was stepping up. And that's what to me it means to have a team. And so all in all, I was very, very pleased. Professional performance, good 3 points.
Yeah.
Very solid 3 points for us. And yeah.
I try to not to be too critical of the performance because we have 4 centre backs out. And I knew after 15 minutes what we were doing, we were playing counter-attack, which suits the players. Big up Adewale. Adewale is Manchester United where technical players come to die. Mata, Pogba, Martial, Donny van de Beek, Sancho. And also now Ahmad. It seems like Ahmad is about to die as well. Big up Jarvis. Jarvis, we're going to log off in 10 minutes. We've got 10 minutes left of the show, bro. We're going to log off. Saeed's onto Adewale. Big up Saeed. Watching says, Adewale, you still haven't told me what coach you want at Manchester United. He wants Areola, man. He told you saying get Areola. He wanted De Zerbi before that. He was like, get Areola. That's what he wants. Big up. For me, the Paul Pogba, it wasn't the right choice for me. It was never the right choice for him because they were never going to back Jose properly. Every Manchester United manager had his one arm tied behind his back. Manchester United have never done a proper rebuild with one coach. They've never done 4 transfer windows. Summer, January. They've not done that, where they've signed players consecutively to overhaul the squad.
I mean, I used to agree with that point of view, Nuruddin, but I feel like that's a luxury that very few clubs can afford. And it's a theory, but it never plays out in reality because there are some constraints that bind that approach, right? You will say you want 4 summers of
Manchester City have done it.
no,
Arsenal have
yeah.
almost done it.
I wanna address the point I think you're making, which is that there are constraints that bind that 4 year commitment. You can't just have a 4 year runway. You have to perform every year to justify the support that you get in the summer. And so there's a bit of a tension
Liverpool did
there.
it. Liverpool did it.
They did it with
Arteta's
Klopp
done it at
and
Arsenal. Man City, Pep
yes,
Guardiola's done it.
but all those managers I think showed year over
You
year
know what, Eddie
improvements.
Howe, other than this summer, has actually built a squad that went to the Champions League twice.
No, but the point that I'm making is that you don't get a blank check, which is an
And
argument we had
Newcastle,
about
no, it's not
Amorim.
about a blank check. It's not about a blank check. And Newcastle were a team that he saved them from relegation and took them to the Champions League.
No,
Yeah,
all I'm saying is that it's possible that the reason why no manager at United has gotten that 4 year runway is because none of them have
not
earned
4 years,
it.
it's 2 years. It's 2 years. So look, let me
Sure.
say that to you. One summer when he comes in, the January, the next summer, then the January. It's not 2 years. It's not 4 years. It's 2 years, bro. It's 2 years.
Okay, 2 years, 4 transfer windows. Is that a more accurate description? But I'm saying either way, right? It's not a blank check. It's possible that no manager at United has earned that kind of support, and it looks like the track record, supports that claim that all the managers, whether it be Jose or Solskjaer or Amorim or anybody else, none of them have performed well enough to justify backing because at every point in time.
Listen, the coach that I regret the most, that actually had us playing the best football, and at times, not all throughout, but at times, and won us the FA Cup, was Van Gaal. And I wish that Van Gaal, if Tony Cruz, if the likes of Sadio Mane would have joined. There was other players, I forgot some of the names, but some of the players United were linked with. If we would have got them, the likes of Fabregas, was it Fabregas? Or was that David Moyes? We were linked with
That was
certain.
Moyes. That was Moyes.
If we would have got the players, oh my God, I 100% believe that
My
Van
my
Gaal would have took
counterfactual
us to a.
my counterfactual history is much simpler, right? I would just simply not sign Ronaldo. That year that Cristiano Ronaldo came back, if he didn't come, I think he would have been a different club now. Because as far as I'm concerned, Ronaldo basically destroyed Ole's career at United and further destroyed Ten Hag as well. So just imagine if instead of Ronaldo we had gotten Harry Kane for Ole, or even if not Harry Kane, Erling
No, we
Haaland.
needed to sign two midfielders. The videos are out there on this channel.
We
Sean.
didn't even
I said
we didn't even
to
need
sign two
Harry Kane.
midfielders. We needed to sign two midfielders instead of Ronaldo.
No, I
And
mean, but if you
brought him
recall,
back?
if you
Who
recall
brought him back?
that
Who brought him back? It was
we're
Woodward,
not
Joe,
arguing about
those
Woodward
guys.
and Glazers, right?
Those
Or we're just doing
Glazers.
counterfactual history. That's all we're doing right now. I'm not arguing Woodward or Glazers bad. I agree with you; they're horrible. I'm just saying, for example, if we're looking back, to me, the pivotal moment should be bringing Cristiano Ronaldo back. That choice, I think, set the club back a few years.
Yeah.
And that's my own opinion, right? So I mean, I think for the manager thing, honestly, at this point in time, I would expect, I would hope, or I would like Ineos to come up with a creative contract. The first manager ever to get 1 year contract is what we should be giving Carrick, and we assess every year. But I mean, I think Carrick should get the job, if you ask me right now, because I look around and I'm just like, who do we want to bring? Honestly, I don't want Iraola, and I don't want a super tactical system manager. Because the problem with the system manager, I don't want Nagelsmann. I don't want Nagelsmann. I don't want Luis Enrique. I don't want anybody. I don't want Ancelotti. I don't want anybody who is going to need to sign players to suit their system. I don't want any such manager. So when you bring Luis Enrique and you now have to go and look for the equivalent of Vitinha, you can't find this. I'm sorry. There's no Vitinha elsewhere in the world. You want to look for the equivalent of Nuno Mendes or the kind of players that PSG have. I'm sorry, we don't have that kind of squad. Or Nagelsmann, who's going to say, "Oh, I need this specific profile of midfielder to make my system work." I don't want that. I'm okay. I'm okay with this. We're managing 3 points, 3 points, 3 points. We can beat you anyway. We can beat you long ball. We can beat you by playing attacking. We can beat you by defending and playing on the counter. We can beat you by scoring corner kick. But we're managing ourselves. Sometimes it's 4-4-2. Sometimes 4-2-3-1. Sometimes I'm okay with this flexibility. I think let's give Carrick 1 year contract and we renew every year. That would be my approach.
Yeah. Sean, I agree with you to a certain extent because when we talk about flexibility, Carrick is referred to as a freestyle manager, which normally there's nothing wrong with that. But the issue is that as a freestyle manager, you rely on your man management have to be top notch, right? Which suggests like there's a certain bond that you build with the players. But the thing is that that bond tends to wear off from time to time, and it get tested against defeat. When you start losing game, at that point, there's not much you can do. You're gonna have to have some kind of tactical answer that you have to fall back on, because that should be the default setting of any good team. So if Carrick, of course, by putting us in the top four, Carrick will earn the chance to develop that aspect of the game, hopefully before we hit that stretch next year. But if he doesn't, then it's going to be a long season, and that's what
I
I'm.
think the I think the remedy for players taking the piss is for a manager not to be a coward like Ole, or not to be unnecessarily stubborn like Ten Hag. As a manager, you have to be intellectually honest. You have to be able to look your players in the eye and say, your name is Bruno Fernandez, but you've been shit the last 6 games, so you need to go on the bench, right? Or your name is what's his name, Shea Lacey. I need something bright on the right wing. I need a spark, so I'm going to put you on the pitch to play. That's what I need from Carrick. I don't need any kind of rigid tactical. I need him to be brave enough to make the right calls. So when you need to
But guess what?
drop Bruno.
You see the day
When you
when
need to give Shea Lacey a debut, give Lacey a debut.
you see the day you look into the eyes of Bruno Fernandez as a captain and you tell him to ride the bench, that's the day your man management go out the window.
No, but that's why he gets paid the big bucks, right? And so I feel like the best managers are able to, with integrity and with honesty, bench even the best players. Because at that point in time, Bruno wouldn't be able to deny it. The problem that people like Ten Hag and Ole had and other managers was that because they were failing so much, they started choosing only the ride or die players, only the players who were willing to fight for them, right? And I think that's a mistake. I think the manager needs to be, if he has integrity, players will respect him. And so even if you drop Bruno, as long as the other players in the squad know in their hearts that that was the right choice, and Bruno too knows in his heart that that's the right choice, I think you can get away with it.
I I I wish like the players are as espousing to the idealistic of respecting integrity. That would be the ideal thing, right? But I'm afraid that most of these players, especially the experienced one, the most decorated one, they only respect their own egos. So it'll be something to see how Carrick managed the squad. But if I was Carrick, I'll literally start selling the one that are a bit charismatic. I know with man management, I need them to win some game or I need them to be leaders on the pitch. But it will come to a point where if they're having a bad game, I'm gonna have to contend with that as well. And it will be a very difficult decision to make, putting them on the bench, knowing that they're the leaders that I can rely on when the youngsters are not performing.
No, yeah, I didn't know the miss, but I know you're trying to leave as well because it looks like you've been here for 2 hours. So yeah, big up everyone.
Big up.
Yeah, man. Big up Adewale for the super chat. I appreciate it. He said managers better than Carrick, Pep, Arteta, De Zerbi, Glasner, Iniesta, Emery, Maresca, Silva, Thomas Frank, Slot, Howe, Enrique, Paulo Fonseca, Pereira.
Yeah, but if only it was math now, right? If only it was by math.
Michelle,
If
Vincent Company.
if only it was math. Thomas Frank just failed. Thomas Frank just failed woefully at Spurs. What am I supposed to make of that? right? Una Emery had a good start at Aston Villa, and now is punching above his weight and came out to basically rule his own squad out of the title race, right? Or is it what's the other guy? Company was relegated at Burnley and now is doing magic. There's no hard and fast rule. And I feel like as United fans,
Okay.
as Premier League watchers, we've seen it all. We've seen the high profile managers. We've seen somebody go from Everton to United and fail.
But
We've seen go from Brighton to Chelsea and fail. There's no
Sean,
math. There's no rule
listen, the
to
closest
it.
football team in terms of chaos is at Manchester United is who? It is Eski's jumping on. Big up Eski.
So,
The closest team in terms of chaos in the boardroom and the ownership is Chelsea. So Chelsea, to me, none of those managers were all horrendous. And actually, Maresca did well, but the arguments with the board and he got the sack. Let me just get this Adewale quote. It says the fans not wanting a manager with a system is part of the problem. He also, when the technical players come, they die. Chaotic players thrive. Football in 2026 is about systems. Fergie era is over. We need to get over that. Yeah, some of those things could be true. And it says if Carrick went to Spurs now, they will be relegated still. Facts. I think I believe so. I actually think
Adewale, we need a balance.
1 second. I think so. Carrick needs to what Jarvis said. Carrick needs a better staff, new fitness coach, technical brain to set piece specialist, bring on Kieran McKenna, Andreas Kuma, Austin McPhee, and maybe Philip Landers if Pep Guardiola leaves. That's not happening. Manchester United are not doing those things, Jarvis. They're not going to do that.
I like the idea of hiring a team around Carrick. But I'm sorry, none of all these your exotic managers impressed me. Adewale. I'm sorry. All this, I don't care about any of them because you cannot show me proof in a scientific manner that A plus B equals C. There's no such thing in football. So I have a manager now on the table who is delivering for me, right? You want to go and bring somebody who is effectively the equivalent of Amorim because Amorim was a superstar, and he came here and he failed. So did Maresca at Chelsea. As far as I'm concerned, Slot is also a scammer at Liverpool. So leave all this thing. We have a manager here with us. Give him a good backroom stuff like Jarvis proposed. Give him players, and let's see where we go on a 1 year renewing contract.
No, I think it's a balance thing, you know, and like what Adewale said, but it's a balance. You have to have the right balance between a system manager and a man management. When you're playing a game, you get to a point where you face an opponent that's beating you down. You know clearly they're lesser on paper of a team than you, but they have a good plan for their manager. At that point, the players will turn and look back at their bench and they will say, "Hey, coach, help us with a plan here." But there's also times where you're facing a team where you literally the coach have a good plan for you. That plan got neutralized by the other manager, and then the coach have to rely on his players to win him the game. It just have to be the right balance, not one or the other.
Yeah, I personally I see it differently before I bring. Actually, I'll let Eski come in. Eski, go ahead. What do you think of what Adewale and Sean are debating? Big up to you, King.
Yeah, safe. Yeah, big up Sean, man. Not spoke to you in a while. Like I said, yeah, no, I'm still on the Carrick train. I'm still fighting that fight. You know, I think me and Sean are like-minded when it comes to this. Obviously, everyone has different opinions, but I think when it comes to this, I think we do sing from the same hymn sheet. I believe it's just a no-brainer. Like I said, you know, Adewale mentioned a couple of managers that, you know, in his opinion are better than Michael Carrick. But what I can provably say is none of them have any win percentage at Manchester United right now. Michael Carrick's win percentage is 75%. It's still too short, like I said, to judge him whether he deserves, whether he's going to be a success or failure. The sample size is too small. You know, we rolled it out with Amorim for much longer. And for Carrick, for some reason, I think people are just trying to. I think what people are trying to do, and why they say no to Carrick or they're completely against it, is they don't want the heartache that they had with Ollie. They're using the foresight, and they're like, we don't want to go through that again. Let's just nip it in the bud while it's here now. But nothing's happened. It's sort of like you've seen the film Minority Report. You're trying to stop things without things actually happening. No one can tell whether Michael Carrick's going to be a success or not. No one can. At the start of Arteta's reign, would you have said he would have, competed for the league multiple times and finished second? Well, if he does it 4 times in a row, then fair. But you wouldn't have said that when he come in. You just have to see how it works out. Like Sean said there, it makes sense, and I've always been saying it. You sign Carrick in a short-term deal, see where we are at the end of that, and then no harm, no foul. Like Michael Carrick, I can guarantee this. Michael Carrick will not leave the Man United team in a worse state than when he picked it up. I don't think so, because this is the state that we were in when, just negativity around the club, Mainy's getting off, we don't fucking conceding every game, we're not capitalising on chances. Like, even still looking at the league table now, look at so many games we've just threw it away under Ruben Amorim, so many points, so many everything. We could have been seriously close to Manchester City, and Arsenal aren't they neck and neck. Literally, we could have been close to them too. If they fucking close the gap now on each other and they're top of the league, I think we should have been in that running. We should have been in that conversation. I think Ruben Amorim hampered us this season. So, like I said, yeah, I agree with Sean. Adewale's opinion is his opinion, so it's valid to him. But he can't provably say any of those managers are better than Michael Carrick. Not as a fact. As an opinion, I'll hear it. As a fact, no. I don't think so. There is no science behind that. But there is science behind Michael Carrick, because I see it week in, week out. And what I'm seeing is decent enough to suggest that. Just give him the job, because, like I said, you risk it elsewhere. I don't want to take that risk right now.
Yeah, the biggest thing for me is that why this United, but I actually think a lot of managers could have managed Manchester United, and the managers who already could have been successful, but because of the owners, it's because of this dysfunctional lack of structure, Glazer and Ineos, what they're doing in the football club. So that's the reason why there couldn't be a success, and that's why players failed and coaches have failed. I think there are some coaches that were not good enough, but there are coaches that were good enough to get Manchester United competing again. But unfortunately, the backup structure and the backup of the club were nowhere near. Big up, appreciate Adewale for the super chats. Jarvis has here, Pep Linders is Pep's assistant. If Pep needs to summon, Linders could be available. Let's be real. Carrick needs help. Evans and Woodgate ain't it. We need coaches proven at a top level. Well, to me, the biggest one who's a fraud is Holland. He's a fraud, mate. Nobody in the world is telling me he's some sort of genius coach. Because I saw it with England. Pile of shite. England plays shit football. And when they came up against anybody decent, they got found out. So give that thing a rest. And the PR and the press that's coming out of the football club telling me about, Steve Holland, the tactician. Shut the fuck up, man. That to me, I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? That is just laughable for me. When we're seeing scrapping by games, we played 3 good games under Carrick. City, Arsenal, and Villa, yeah, 100%. 100%. I agree. And this is it. The way that Sean and Eski see things the same, I think me and Adewale, we see the same things, bro. I'm not going to lie to you.
No, one thing also I wanted to say about guarding against giving a 1-year contract to managers in general, because the same way I don't believe there is a manager, there can be a manager before the manager. I don't believe in giving 1-year contract to managers, because it's essentially sending a signal to the players that the foundation is being built on shaky grounds. If you believe in the manager, take a leap of faith and give him 2-year contract. And if he backfires, then eat that contract and then move on to something else. If you give him a 2-year, that sends a good message, especially in a team like United that have plenty of characters. You don't want them to believe that this manager is on a short leash. So,
yeah. I think Pochettino, I still think that after the World Cup, he'll probably get sacked. I'll be shocked if Manchester United don't get Pochettino sometime in the next year and a half.
Come on.
But I wouldn't want, he's a bootlicker. I do not want Pochettino at Manchester United.
There's no way in the world Pochettino is coming to United. Like, there's zero
Chelsea
chance of
getting?
that happening.
Have we discussed who Chelsea are getting? Any names that floated about?
The link with Iriola, the link with Amorim, the link with so many coaches, aren't they?
Right, okay.
What have you heard?
I'm worried
No, nothing.
Nothing.
Obviously, I've been watching the Michael Jackson film tonight, innit? If you haven't seen it, give it a watch, man. If you're a fan, it was pretty decent. So, to be fair, I've not seen it. Yeah, just went to cinema to come out today, innit? So, like I said, I heard the news that he got sacked and that. Obviously, went to watch the film, but I heard some rumblings of Nagelsmann, maybe. I know we've been linked with him recently, so I don't know.
Viola, Nagelsmann, these are the, and apparently, I don't know if he's a fact or he's just taking the piss, but Jarvis is saying, guys, It's been 2 hours on something. I'm really tired. I'm yawning. Big up for jumping on. Thank you for having the opinions. Appreciate you all.
Big up, guys.
Big up,
Yeah,
big
man.
up.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a story on Senesi. I think tomorrow. I just watched Senesi tonight for Bournemouth. If you've not watched him, all of you, please go and watch him. He should be. I am not taking chances with Lisandro Martinez after the World Cup, Harry Maguire after the World Cup, and we don't know Alan's but Senesi is a centre back we need to sign ASAP.
No, Dean. Don't buy any player from Bournemouth. Bournemouth is all Iran.
No.
Don't make
I'm
that
talking
mistake.
about no. I'm talking about individual brilliant. I'm not talking about in terms of the system. If you said to me, I'm talking about pass. The way he passes the ball, punches it into the last third, and the way he defends, he is a perfect replacement if you wanted to get rid of Martinez, who's become injury prone. He is a perfect age experience, 28. He's got another maybe 4 years in him. I'm telling you, Senesi, it's on a free. We don't need to even pay money for him.
Okay.
He's on a free.
Okay.
That
works.
He's on a free.
I heard people talking about Krupi, Get Scott. No.
I like Aaron for me. I like Ryan, the Brazilian winger. I like him. I don't care what anybody tells me. I like him. I think United should go and snap him up.
Yeah.
But yeah, Spurs are going down, man. Senesi's not joining Spurs. They're going down. But anyway, big up to Lawani. Big up to everybody who contributed.
Yeah, man.
Big up SK.
Big up to Sean. Make sure you check Sean out at Sean Thomas on X. And our podcast is Geopolitical Podcast, How We See Things. Big up to Lawani. Manuel Lawani 1979 on X. United Trucker. Make sure you check him out. Big up to Tactical Devils. They'll be doing a show tomorrow, I think around 9 o'clock, him and Stu. So make sure you check out Tactical Devils. You check out Jarvis at Tactical Devils. Make sure you check him out there. And make sure you follow him on X, Bowley, BOLE77. And big up Ben as well. If he's there, make sure you check him out, Elmore39 and Elmore20 and Elmore20 on Twitch, Elmore20 on TikTok. He's a gamer as well. But big up to the United Real Therapy community. And we'll tell you how far we are from 15K. Big up to everybody for a channel that is shadow banned. We are 14.922. So we are 82 subscribers away. No, 78 subscribers away. Sorry, I'm tired. My maths is bad. 78 subscribers away from 15K. So big up on love. Look after each other, people. And we'll see you in the next one next time we're live in the show. Like I said, this debate will rage on. We've had a really interesting debate about Rashford. And let me just give you the last bit of the poll about Rashford. So we said Rashford, 42% have said Rashford, yes. They'll say yes to Rashford. 58% have said no to Rashford coming back to Manchester United. Eski, you have the last word. Would you want Rashford back at Manchester United?
No, I would not have Marcus Rashford back in Man United. I won't take long. Give it with Michael Carrick. I do think him being there would help him, but I just think that bridge is settled. He was meant to come in and replace Rafinha when he was injured. He's come on, not looked the part. I just think he's very limited as a footballer. He can't improve. He's done a lot for us. He would go down as a cult hero, come from Withenshaw, did all that with the kids and stuff. We'll respect him and what he's done forever. But coming back to Manchester United, it just makes no sense. I think he needs to stay in Spain or maybe apply his trade in Italy. I think he'd have a good career in Italy. He'll go over there and do well.
I said that, but apparently Atletico might be interested. Atletico Madrid might be looking at him as well. But big up.
There you go. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, big up AV2026. He says, Nuruddin, you don't have to be shadow banned. Stick to football and away from the politics. I can't, bro. I can't. I'm one of the people that was bombed. I'd be one of those kids that are getting bombed, whether it's in Gaza, whether it's in Sudan, whether it's in Congo, whether it's in Lebanon, whether it's in Iran. I can't. I survived civil war as a kid, bro. I can't. I cannot. Never. So while we're there, people, free the Congo, free Lebanon, free Iran, free Palestine, free Sudan, Congo, Haiti, Somaliland, Tigray, free everywhere where people are oppressed in this world. F the industrial military complex. F the colonizers. F the imperialists. Fuck Trump and Netanyahu. Fuck the state that's not real. And fuck the Sios wherever they be. Fuck Glaciers. Fuck Ineos. And if you're down with them, you know where to go. Peace, love, and light. Good night.
Good night.
Peace.